What is up, foam flingers? Adam here from Life in Foam Flinging, and welcome back to the very messy workbench. Today I have kind of a cool video for you. I have a blaster overview build commission for Mr. GimsMods, and I'm going to go over it and show you what I did, kind of tell you the story of how it came to be, and hopefully you like it. Hopefully you like this. I don't know. We'll see. So without any further ado, we were in the chat with Mr. GimsMods, and we were talking about blasters, and I bring up my recent build, the Chance Bruiser, the Bruiser by Chance, and he has a new video series on his channel that goes over like I'm trying to think of the word. I hate losing my words, but like community blasters, blasters that people create and design and build, right? So he's like, you know what? Somebody should build a Bruiser for me and send it to me, and then I can do a review for the community blaster. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I really don't have the funds to do that, but that does sound like a lot of fun because I really like printing and building blasters. So I'm like, you know what? Challenge accepted. So I got to talking to Mr. GimsMods, Ryan, and I'm like, okay, so what are your colors? And he's like, red and black. Those are my colors. I'm like, okay, cool. So without any further ado, this is the Bruiser by Chance, and I have another community thing with the Bruiser that I will put in the description below. I'll put a description below for the Bruiser and this other item in this blaster. So here we are. This is the Bruiser by Chance in the red and black color scheme. I'll go over the blaster. I'll go over what it's running. I'll go over what I'm gonna do and when I'm gonna send it and all that jazz. So like I said, this is the Bruiser by Chance. This is in the SMG configuration. You can take the stock off. This is a Picatinny stock. Has a Picatinny mount on the back of the blaster, so if you want to use this as like a little pistol, you can. This is a flywheel blaster running off a 3S LiPo. This also runs a solenoid pusher, the neutron solenoid by Out of Darts. So that pushes the dart, and this will be a two-stage trigger. So a half pull will rev the flywheels, and a full pull will activate the solenoid and shoot the dart. So this is a semi-auto only blaster. Much like other Chance designs, this blaster can range different cage and motor and wheel combinations anywhere from 80 to 170 feet per second. So wide range of games that can be played with this blaster. This blaster is unique from his other builds though, because it does run on Nightingale and Worker Nightingale and Venom Pro geometry magazines. This magazine here is a custom printed magazine. This is a Mockingbird magazine by Dingus on printables, and I will link the printables link in the description below for this magazine if you'd like to print one out. This is a 20 round magazine. He has a wide variety of different sizes, different size magazines. This is 20, and I believe it goes down to a 10. I think he has a 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, something like that. This magazine also runs off of a drum spring from Foam Blasted, so that's what the pusher works. That's how the pusher works in this magazine. It's a drum spring, and then it has a TPU bumper on the bottom. So let's go ahead and go over this blaster. We'll start with the stock and work our way forward. This stock I found on Maker World. I printed off, I think, 3 different Picatinny stocks, and I couldn't find one that I was really happy with. This is the same stock that I printed out for my blaster, and I thought it looked really good with the Bruiser setup, the SMG setup. Excuse me, my throat's getting dry again. With this SMG setup, I thought the lines flowed really well. And it also had a Picatinny rail on the back, so it lined up with the Picatinny rail on the front. Thought it was cool, thought it looked good, so I printed that off. I will also post the link for this stock on Maker World. If you would like to print one off yourself, you can. I found this cheek rest up top. I lengthened it to the full length of the Picatinny rail and printed it out of TPU, so it's a nice soft rubber-like material. So when you go to rest your cheek on this blaster, it's nice and soft and comfortable. The butt pad for this stock is also made out of TPU, nice and grippy, and just feels really nice in my opinion. So that's kind of a unique feature. You don't see a lot of furniture that has TPU on it, but if you have the ability to print in TPU, it's a nice touch. So that's the Picatinny stock. Moving up on the blaster, you have the Picatinny mount back here. Two screws, you can take this stock off and have a nice little compact pistol, or you can put the stock on it and have a nice little compact SMG. This thing would be great for HVZ, would be great for indoor close quarters combat play. The sky's the limit with this blaster, really. Moving up, the battery is housed in the grip. This grip is really comfortable. Not much to say about that. It does have some nice texturing on the grip, gives you a nice firm grasp on the blaster itself. Moving up, I did print the trigger in red and the mag release in red just as accent colors to the black, just so this didn't look like a real firearm. Wanted, you know, the red to really stand out from the black. Like I said before, this is a semi-automatic flywheel blaster running on a solenoid, so this trigger will be two-stage. Headphone users beware right now. I'm going to show you how this works. So a half pull will rev your flywheels. Full pull will activate the solenoid and push your dart out and shoot your dart. So, and you can do short, fast burst shots if you need to get a couple fast shots off. You can just in one swoop pull the trigger and do it that way. The mag release and the mag goes in the front foregrip here. Push the mag release. It does gravity drop the magazines. Like I said before, this is a Mockingbird Mag by Dingus. I will put the link in the description if you'd like to print one off yourself. All you need is a mag spring from either McMaster Car or Foam Blasted and a screw to put in the mag bumper, and you have yourself a cool 20 round Venom Pro Worker Nightingale size magazine that will work with your Venom Pro, your Worker Nightingale, and or your HC Diana. This has the cuts on it for your Diana, and it works really nice. So this does gravity drop magazines. It will take any, like I said, Worker or Venom Pro magazines, style geometry magazines, and it will gravity drop every single magazine. Really nice feature. Love the gravity drop. Let's move up top. Up top you have a full Picatinny reel. I printed off these low profile iron sights. They're good for the pistol. They're not so good for the SMG as it's sitting right now, just because you cannot get your eye low enough to actually use them. But I wanted to throw something on there because I thought it looked bare without it. I don't even have any on mine yet, and I thought these complemented the blaster and looked really good on the blaster. So I printed them, threw them on there. They slide, they're friction fit, slide on and off. If he doesn't like them, he can take it off. He can throw a red dot on, whatever he wishes, but I thought it looked good with it. Moving up, there is texture on the front of the magwell, which is your foregrip that you use to hold your offhand on. Really nice, really cool design. I really dig that. And then finally up front you do have your orange muzzle. You could print that in whatever color you want. I always print them orange just so everybody knows it is a toy. And then you have a little bit of Picatinny rail up here, flashlight, laser, or another foregrip. I actually have another foregrip on my Bruiser right here. My Bruiser is this purple and gray one, and I printed off, oop, there goes the mag. I printed off this Punisher logo for mine. foregrip for mine, and I think it just complements the blaster really nice. I'm thinking about printing one off for him. Let me know in the comments if you think I should add that with this and send it to him, or just send it to him like it is, and then he can put it whatever he wants to on there. Overall, this was a fun build. It's a really easy build. There is only, if you don't want to print the stock or the magazine, technically there's only, what, 8 pieces? I think you have 3 pieces for the trigger group, the mag release, the battery door, the lower and the upper, and the Picatinny rail. So not a lot of pieces, really easy to print it out beautifully. Putting this together is really easy. Chance has a nice build guide for you, has a nice little cage right up front. You can put micro or semi-micro flywheels in this. A lot of them you can't find right now. The only ones that I've been able to find are the Nightingale flywheels. All the other bigger geometry flywheels that will still fit in here, like the Tracer wheels by Chance, or the Spitfire wheels, or any of the other little bit bigger than micro flywheels, like the 22mm flywheels. They're sold out. Can't find them. And then the solenoid is back in this area here, and what's cool about the solenoid is it's friction fitted. He has it notched out in there, fits down in there, fits really nice, tight and snug. It's not going to go anywhere. I will say, when you do take apart this blaster, and I'm going to mention this to GimsMods if he decides he wants to take the cages out and swap them and try them, they're just 3 screws, 1 and then 2 up front. The top will come off, but when you take the top off, you need to be very, very careful, because the solenoid does stick in the top because it is friction fitted. So you need to hold on to the solenoid when you're taking the top off, or you'll take the solenoid with you and you'll risk ripping some wires out. This blaster is equipped with a quick change cage system. I put bullet ends on these cages. So let's see here. I've got one right here. This cage, this is the cage and the motor setup I have. These are Valkyrie out of Darts motors, and the 3D printed Nightingale flywheels that I have in here. It's held in by 2 screws and heat inserts. There is heat inserts for this blaster too, so just be aware. You will have to put some heat inserts into this blaster. Not a big deal, pretty easy to do, but nice touch for like installing your flywheel cage and your battery door. I put a nice knurled metal thumb screw in there just to keep the battery door on, easy to take it on and off. But yeah, here's the cage, what it looks like, and the bullet ends. So it's a quick change cage system, if you will. So overall, I think it's a really, really cool blaster. I'm looking forward to running mine. And like I said, I keep pushing the magazine release. You can run this in practically anything. You could probably use it even for competition. I know it doesn't get quite to 200 FPS, but it's nice, compact. Run it in comps, run it in HVZ, run it at your super stock war, because you can get the Valkyries down to like 80-90 feet per second, and that's just a little above stock, so super stock. But overall, yeah, I think it's a really cool, awesome little blaster. I really hope Gims likes it and uses it and displays it proudly up on his wall, or does whatever he wants to do with it. So that has been my commission build, the Bruiser by Chance for GimsMods. Like I said, I will put the link to the files for the Bruiser, the files for the magazine, the Mockingbird magazine by Dingus. I will also put a link to GimsMods in the description below, and you can check all those out if you would like. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Adam signing off. Be super nice to one another, guys. Keep on foam flinging, and I'll be praying for you. Thank you.